So it is safe to say at Stumps on day one that this has absolutely been a day to remember for India. 300 plus runs on the day, half your side you've lost, sure. But again, on par to post a very big total in the first innings, won the toss, got the best batting conditions you can say after that first hour, and boy have they not taken advantage. 100 from Rohit Sharma before he was dismissed. Jadeja now batting on 110, will be coming out to bat day 2. Bit of let's say controversy involving his century, but we'll get to that one in just a bit. Safe to say overall big picture India are going to be very pleased with the day. Even the debutant got runs.
Yep, and 2 sessions, only 2 wickets. If you compare the first hour of the first session, you lost 3 wickets there. Since then, only 2 wickets. And the pitch, the way how it's eased out, advantage India at this point.
It is for the very first time in this entire day where you can sit and then say advantage India, because we knew the pitch was going to be conducive for batting. You needed to get a big first inning total, and even though you did not lose a single wicket in the second session, you were still iffy. The match could have gone anywhere. I think the 100 that Jadeja has got, the partnership that he and Sarfaraz had with 62 for Sarfaraz, now you can safely say at 326 for 5 where India sit, finally end of the day you could say that India hold the edge, and it's the very first time on this test match or this day of the test match that India, you could say, is ahead. And no matter how good the pitch is, no matter what the situation is, if a team goes past 400 runs in their first innings, no matter where you're playing, even the Khetarama that Siddharth will quote again and again, even if you're playing there, once the team batting first goes past 400, you know that pretty much you have the cards to control the game from there on. You could still concede a first innings lead or whatever be the case, but you're in a position from there where you can control the game. So I think at the moment, happier are the two teams. India, lots for the English team to sit and ponder that the start that they got, 33 from 3, how is it that they could not put more pressure on the Indian team? Agreed that the pitch eased up. Agreed that it became easier to batting as the day progressed. But even then, from 33 for 3, England allowed India to escape. At 326 for 5, sitting pretty, 1-1 in the series, you're knowing, okay, now this test match, unless I do something drastically wrong or, you know, it'll be harakiri of
basically avoid a Hyderabad.
So even there, I think that second inning was a rare failure, and the kind of failure that you had. I don't think in one series the Indian team would do that. Yeah. Also, Hyderabad was kind of difficult to bat on. It was that slow turner which you're not used to. This seems to be a good pitch. I know that as predicted after day 3 will get tougher, but even then it wouldn't be that slow turner which you're unaccustomed to. I think once it starts turning, then you'll have to negotiate the bounce, and also I think 400 plus on this pitch, you'd be pretty happy. I mean, as I said, you would have to really hit yourself against the wall, bang yourself against the wall to lose that test match.
I have said 450 plus. I mean, the slugs evidence, 450 plus is a safe enough total for India to dictate the game from that point in time. 450 plus.
I'm saying 400 becomes mentally, like you've gone past 400. Ideally, the way the pitch is, and because it's considered to be best in the first innings for both teams, ideally you would say 500 plus and you're safe. Agreed. But I'm saying after you get 400 in a test match where you bat at least a day and a half, assuming you bat day and a half, from there on to lose a test match, as I said, you have to do like something drastically wrong. So happy position for India to be in.
Absolutely. I mean, captain leading from the front yet again with a wonderful 131. I mean, a 131 even in the World Cup where he hit. He was at the peak of his powers then against Afghanistan in Delhi. But Jadeja's innings was kind of a very mixed bag sort of a thing. We'll come to the major debate about how he got to the milestone, but it was a thing of two halves. From 90 to 100, he took a really long time to get there. He went into his shell at that time. And you remember, even in Hyderabad, he had gone into his shell. And day 3, there was a different Jadeja who had come. Very cash, very slow. He allowed himself to be overburdened, I would say.
But then you guys only get after the players, no, when they didn't get the hundreds. That's why I say landmarks are not something to look at. And people misconstrue it by saying, oh, intent in test match, at least leave test match alone and let's get big. Always get big runs, of course, but the obsession with the landmark is an issue. For sure, get 172. I would want Jadeja to get 172. I would want Jadeja to get 258. Of course, I would want. The more he gets, the better at the pace that he gets. But because of this, and what happened earlier also in that test match you're talking about, this was said, no, because you got your 80s and your 86 and all. Oh, I wish we had got 200s. How would that have made a difference? You would have gotten, one guy would have gotten 14 runs more, the other one would have got 20 more, so you got 50, 60 runs more. The problem was you didn't bat well in the second innings.
Yes.
So the whole thing, somebody should have got 100 or even when we look at form, so many days he has not scored 100, so many days he's gone back. That's also problematic. So because you do that, then that bit happened, and without any further ado, let's address the elephant in the room, because I know everyone wants to talk about that. The Sarfaraz run out, what happened?
Yeah, so Jadeja was batting on 99 and he pushed a delivery to mid-on. He started. Okay, this is the sequence of events. We'll get to the main thing later. Later. He pushed to mid-on. He started for the single. Okay, he took some steps. Sarfaraz already by that time had already started. Then last one, no, go back. Direct hit from mid-on. Sarfaraz was caught short, out for a very well made, confident 62. But then the reactions that came after that, when Rohit Sharma was really angry, flung his cap down. I mean, he wasn't so happy with the way Jadeja did it. After that next ball, he got a single, but you saw the subdued celebrations that followed. The main thing that we are asking, and the floor is now open, whose fault was it?
So start.
Ravindra Jadeja's fault or Sarfaraz's fault? Okay.
Start.
Now, leading up to that, you saw the running on certain occasions. Sarfaraz did look very iffy. He had a mid-pitch conference with Jadeja some overs back. I mean, they had a conference. There seemed to be something with the running. And it also doesn't coincide with the fact that, okay, Jadeja had gone into a shell. So he was taking more time to get to the landmark. Whatever I see it at this point in time, I would like to say that it is Jadeja's fault. Because you initially started it and you suddenly said, okay, go back. Now when you are the non-striker, when the throw is coming in from mid-on, you have to trust the striker. If the striker tells you go back at the last moment, you have to blame the striker for it. But was Sarfaraz way too enthusiastic about it? I don't think so. He was sold down the river. And that's why I think you have to say that Jadeja is majority at fault here.
No, I wouldn't say majority. I'd say solely at fault.
Solely.
And I just think we're seeing the replay of the incident. And yeah, Sarfaraz was quick to start, but I think he was also quick to start because he knew back of his head, listen, my senior colleague here is one run away from 100, and even Jadeja at that point had clearly started.
Yes.
Then when he saw it straight to mid-on, he's like, no. He stopped and sent him back. By that point, Sarfaraz was nearly halfway down the track. There was no way you could be Usain Bolt and you're not making it back from that point.
Yeah. And a Jadeja run out and the non-striker not happy. When have we seen that before? Hardik Pandya in the Champions Trophy final of 2017 will probably attest to that. I mean, he hit it straight to the fielder and Jadeja sold him down the river there. What is it with Jadeja and runouts?
See, firstly, that you said that he just started a little bit. I'll be very honest, he did not start a little bit. He was into the run. He was going for the run. He took those slow steps first and then even initiated running. That is what Sarfaraz trusted. I totally agree with Sain sir here that Sarfaraz, firstly, the call was supposed to be from Jadeja, because it's always the batter. If it's in front of the wicket, it's the batter's call, and the non-striker is always asked not to look at the ball because then that affects the running. That's exactly what Sarfaraz did. He did not look at the ball and he trusted his partner, and his partner wasn't iffy about the run at all. His partner was into the run. He was going for that run. Midway he stopped and he sent Sarfaraz back, and he knew he was throwing Sarfaraz under the bus. And that was this single totally, I'll be very honest here, totally went all of this happened because that 100 was playing on his head. He was on 99, he wanted to get to his 100 as quick as possible. He took a few steps, then he went for the run, then he realized no, it isn't a run, and by then Sarfaraz had gone. And same like you mentioned, Sensor, that Sarfaraz knew that his senior partner, his senior player is going to get to his century, so I am supposed to do that, and I'll be on my debut. Who wouldn't want to do that? He'll feel really happy that he would be helping a player as much as he can do to play a part in his century. That's exactly what he was doing. Very unfortunate. He was looking, and you even mentioned that he was looking iffy while running. In the beginning, he was looking iffy in general. Be it his batting or his.
Not his batting. His batting was
even
a
his
show.
in batting also he was looking a little iffy to begin with. Starting couple of deliveries, and I don't blame him for that because it's his debut game, nerves.
See, you're talking about that iffy delivery. If you look at it, some of the deliveries kept low.
No, not just that.
And
The
that
first
was-
sweep he played, he got beat on that also. On a couple of more
That is
occasions.
okay. That is the nature of the pitch.
Yeah.
That's
so I
okay.
think I don't think, and I think why this also happened was that because of the side, they even had a short catching sort of a
Silly
mid-on. Silly mid-on. They had a silly mid-on. So I think mid-on and silly mid-on, because they were in line, what Jadeja thought was that as soon as it crosses the silly mid-on, I would go for the run. He did not realize that there is a mid-on also up there. As soon as he saw that, he sent Sarfaraz back. Very unfortunate for Sarfaraz. And Jadeja would definitely be, and you could see that in his celebration also, would be really unhappy with himself also. And he himself would be, I'm not saying, nobody does that deliberately, but he himself would be feeling really sad and disappointed because of the lead up to Sarfaraz debut also. He knows everything, that he's come after a very long time and all of these things. He was looking good, should have converted this total, so he would be feeling really bad about it.
I mean, was it Jadeja's fault? First look, yeah, it does look like it's Jadeja's fault. But is it that drastic a dismissal where we've seen it in the past, where you've really sold the non-striker? This wasn't that. So if you look at Jadeja as well, what's your first instinct when you time the ball? As well as Jadeja did, your first instinct, especially when you're on 99, is to go for the run, right? And this is a very normal thing. Even if you play gully cricket, any sort of cricket, you time the ball well, naturally you're going to take a couple of steps. But as soon as you realize that there is a fielder there, you will say yes or a no, right? Quite often the non-striker goes back. Quite often the non-striker fails to go back. How I see it, I thought it was a very cricketing thing. If Jadeja was not on 99, Sarfaraz wouldn't have been that eager to take the single. So credit to Sarfaraz. I think he was being a good team man, where he wanted to help the striker or his partner on the crease to get to his 100. So he also knew at that time that, listen, he's just a runaway. First chance I'm going to go. So he's also been extra enthusiastic and exuberant to run that run. You can clearly see in the amount of replay he's taken that step. I'm not blaming him for him. I think he's trying to help out his striker. But I'm saying, had Jadeja been on 90, Sarfaraz wouldn't have taken those many steps to begin with, because it's pretty natural for the striker. Whenever you time, you're going to take two. If you look at Jadeja, he takes those couple of steps to time your first instinct. And I think anyone who's played cricket knows that you do that, right? As soon as you time, you take a few steps, then see fielder or not, yes, no, whatever you do. And more often than not striker reaches. If this was not 100, Sarfaraz, I think, wouldn't have gone that far, would have reached back. Did Jadeja, you've had your chance, Shashwat, can I say? Did Jadeja feel bad about it? 100% he did. Why did he feel bad? Because he saw there is a youngster at the other end, a youngster who's batted really well. It was probably the chance for the youngster also to get to his 100 in the first game that he's playing. Did he feel bad? Yes, he felt bad. But do I see this as a cricketing incident? I do. The one factor that we are all ignoring in all of this, and I think that is the one that really needs to be credited, is the fielder.
Yes.
He was outstanding in that thing. If you keep looking, and I've seen 100 replays of that, another fielder on that, I think it was Mark Wood who did that.
Affected the
Outstanding. Just look at the way with which he charges, collects and throws it all in one end up. And because your for Jadeja, that was your mid-on was so further ahead, because they had placed, they knew, and good captaincy by Stokes, they knew that they'd be eager to get that run. So he had told his fielders to be a bit in. Usually that mid-on could have been 3 steps behind. He was there, we were all waiting, and it was like a trap laid, and you fell into that trap. Yes, Jadeja did, and I agree with Sarfaraz, it was Jadeja's call because it's gone behind him. It's quite naturally the batter who has to take a call. He takes those few steps, you see it, and you go. All in all, I'll say it's a cricketing incident. It could have been Jadeja on the other end and Sarfaraz here. I have seen worse runouts where the batter has completely sold his non-striker in a position. Did Jadeja do that?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, if you're talking about in recent memory, remember, I think it was Gill and Rohit.
In Mohali, T20I.
I mean,
Yeah, that was one.
that was egregious in the point that Rohit is basically screaming at him after he's already gone into the crease first, and Gill is just stonewalling him saying, listen, boss, I need my runs.
I think Rohit Virat in 2013 Bangalore. I think Virat was run out, if I'm not mistaken.
This I can't
But
remember.
I think it wasn't sold down the river.
What did the Ajinkya Rahane and that?
Rahane Kohli in Adelaide.
It was same. Quite.
Rahane Kohli
pretty
in
similar.
Adelaide.
But here, why I still feel,
Rohit Sharma scored double.
Double in Bangalore. This was for a duck.
Virat was
Run out. Yeah.
why I still feel that more than that, it's more of a error in judgment by Ravindra Jadeja is because if you just look at it again clearly, like I do agree that instinctively you take that first few steps. And then but you do here also Sarfaraz he wasn't that eager and he wasn't just going for the run. He took those initial steps which you take as a runner slowly just to like get out of the way.
No, he was eager. He was eager.
was,
So I'll tell you why.
exactly.
Because see,
You have
he'll
to
take
see, he
two
was very
steps.
eager.
He'll take 2 steps. Jadeja takes 2 steps and Sarfaraz is darted.
And by the way, which is good. I'm not blaming Sarfaraz. He had even taken a start. So even before he takes those 2 quick steps, based on looking at Jadeja taking those 2 quick, he's taken a very good start also, which is a good thing. Where he is about 1.5 feet already outside the crease. You see where he is.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. That's why I'm saying in today's day and age where munkading or whatever non-striker run out is quite prevalent, you have seen non-strikers not be that enthusiastic. I think because of that 100 and he's trying to help his teammate, he's being over enthusiastic. I have seen Sarfaraz in this entire inning. You can go back and see when Jadeja is on 80, 70, he hasn't been that enthusiastic. I agree that those 2 steps kind of gave him a false illusion to take those 2 quick steps that he took, which left him in no man's land. But had Jadeja been on 80, 85, it wouldn't have been.
No, what I am trying to say is that he took that first step a little slow, just for a split second, and as soon as he saw, if you see Jadeja also, he also took a couple of steps and then he accelerated
Exactly
it.
my point.
That's when Sarfaraz accelerated his run.
Yes.
He's-
So the
Exactly
fact that
what
he
I'm saying.
accelerated shows that he was
Exactly.
enthusiastic.
I am saying
But
the
it was
fact.
error in judgment twice by Jadeja then.
No, I'm just saying. Firstly, look at his start where he was.
Yeah, that yeah.
I'm saying if it wasn't on 99, he wouldn't have even taken that start. Wouldn't have taken that.
Yeah.
start.
Not a chance.
Wouldn't have-
Yeah.
So that I'm saying it's not a bad reflection of Sarfaraz. It's a compliment to Sarfaraz.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is it was a purely cricketing incident. Like multiple things can happen. A different time, again as I said, outstanding fielding from the fielder.
And what field placements also.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a combination of some 5 things. I mean, there are runouts where I will purely blame one of the runners. Okay. But this runout had 5 or 4 different factors that contributed to it, and there wasn't a single factor that was Jadeja who was responsible. Yes, he is one of the 4 factors that I'm listing out, but he wasn't the sole factor. Quite often I've seen runouts where the non-striker, or in this case the striker, has been the sole runout. I think what's made matters worse, and maybe that will be debate, was the Rohit Sharma reaction. Now, I don't think, again, that Rohit is actually angry on Jadeja, so that is a reaction. But I know this is what will happen on social media, that he's angry on Jadeja, and I think that reaction is more to the disappointment of a Sarfaraz not being able to fully play to the capability he could have on his debut match. Also a reflection of where his team was. You are just nearing the day's play, it's just about to get over, you want to go down 4 down. And so those 2 factors have resulted in a Rohit Sharma taking his cap out and throwing that one. Listen, my team could have ended this day at 4 down to 5 down difference. And secondly, there's a young kid playing his first game, could have had the opportunity to get a much bigger one than he had. But I know it is going to be wherever you see,
Yeah.
and it's already, as Shivam is showing me, we can't show. Everyone is saying that it is basically Rohit Sharma
Against
really
Jadeja.
against Jadeja. I don't think that's
It was a simple wicket falling against the run of play.
but
You had a good partnership of 77. You just had about how many? 2 overs to go for Stumps. And then this happens. 2 to 3 overs to go before Stumps. See?
The timing is
The
terrible.
timing was the thing I think Rohit was frustrated by, because you had gotten to a good position, 326 for 4. You had to send a night watchman in. I think that was the frustration in that.
I don't know why, but I still feel that it was more of a desperation from Ravindra Jadeja for his 100. And why I'm trying to say this again is because I do understand that Sarfaraz had taken the start. Yeah, he had taken quite a bit start. As soon as Jadeja took that couple of slow steps first, Sarfaraz's steps were also a little slow.
No?
Yeah,
It was quicker.
no.
Just check, it was
you
quicker.
can just look at it again.
Of
A
course.
little. Then as soon as Jadeja accelerated, that is when, because see, what Sarfaraz was expecting was that, he stopped for a second and then
Look at the way how
just
he
for a
went.
split second,
By that time, it had already gone to mid-on.
Yeah, then that much turnaround time was enough for Sarfaraz. It could have been enough. That's another thing. But
We are
what happened?
looking at 2D when you know that the action is happening
No.
much quicker.
2D, 3D, 4D doesn't matter here. My point is where he was on the ground. Once he was asked to turn back, again,
It was gone.
Usain Bolt is not making it back.
But
from
I'm
there.
saying just a split second back. If he was asked to turn back, he might have been.
No.
The only
Yeah,
way
he
he
did
could have
well.
been, the only way he could have been saved is if he didn't take those few the run. If he didn't dart on the basis of Jadeja's action, and this is no fault
Yeah,
of
this is no
Sarfaraz.
fault, of course.
It's no fault whatsoever. He did the right thing. It's just that he got the short end of the stick.
See,
Simple.
he hit it too well, number one.
One reason.
Two, you
Faint
could have...
placement is reason number 2.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Amazing fielding, reason number 3.
Three.
Jadeja taking those quick steps, reason, number 4. So multiple reasons
Yeah.
contributed to it. But I know that everyone's going to just pin it.
Exactly.
Jadeja made a mistake.
And only way Sarfaraz would have been safe had Wood missed.
Yeah.
Only
That's the other way.
Even if he had turned and tried to come back, he was not going to make it.
The other way is if he didn't take those few steps. If he didn't run. If he
But
didn't take
that
off.
was because by instinct it was
Ah,
from
I'm
And
saying
Jadeja
factor
coming
number
down.
5 was that he was on 99.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
have happened had he not been. Both from
He
both
could have
ends.
been, he could have been
Both
98 also and it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
99, that magical figure or cursed figure. Just
Anyway, instead of whose fault, let's talk about the man of the moment, Sarfaraz, making his debut. It was a long time coming, outstanding seasons, in domestic cricket. Finally gets the chance. We've already discussed as to what an emotional moment it was for him, for his family. The family was there. I know he was sitting there disappointed, but the knock that he played, 62 in his debut game. What did everyone make of the first impression of Sarfaraz Khan at the highest level?
He looked assured. I mean, he tackled the spinners brilliantly because, as you know, that in the Ranji Trophy for so many seasons now, he's been really doing well against the spinners. So that's why his play against spin was exemplary today. Okay, some nervous moments, but that you would expect anyway from playing the highest form of cricket at this stage.
Actually, in fact, I saw some of his start, and then I went back and checked a lot of highlights. I actually thought he was quite assured even from the first day. I have seen much more nervous players to come out. At no stage, even from the start, did I see that he was nervous, quite honestly. Yes, some of his shot making was quite adventurous.
Yeah.
But I think that's the kind of player
He
that
is,
he is.
yeah.
He's the street smart sort of a player. Many are comparing him to a Javed Miadat, saying that's how he is, because especially because of his use of hand, looking at the gap. You asked me more than Miadat, because I didn't see a young Javed Miadat that much. I saw a more experienced Javed Miadat. Doesn't remind me. He actually reminded me, at least with his stature and some of the shots that he was playing, because he was being fearless, of a young Aravinda.
Yes.
A young Aravinda is what he
Yep.
looked like to me.
And the way how he would play the sweep shots, and it is got a bit of Aravinda in it. And Ari, and also the way how he has that high backlift. Sarfaraz has a high backlift. Ari had a big backlift in that sense. So, looking at the way Sarfaraz has made an assured start, it's a good sign that finally, after toiling for 5 to 6 years in the domestic circuit, finally a player has come through. The real challenge is now we won't jump the bandwagon and say, oh, okay, he's finally arrived. Let's wait and give him time for at least 8 to 10 tests, because we have seen past debuts. Shreyas Iyer had an even better start. He scored a century and a 65 on
Prithvi
debut.
Shaw.
Prithvi Shaw at the same venue, incidentally, 6 years ago.
And incidentally, all Mumbai boys.
All
Was
Mumbai
that
boys.
ping ball test?
No.
No.
It was India,
2018,
West Indies in
West Indies.
Rajkot. The ping ball test happened in Ahmedabad. Shreyas Iyer got a century in Kanpur, 105 and 65. We all know how that is, but looking at Shreyas Iyer's situation now. So, it's a good start. We hope that he can sustain it whenever he gets the chance now.
I remember one thing reading about Sarfaraz, and this is just reading because again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I watched all of his first class games or anything of the sort. I haven't. Domestic cricket, we follow enough international cricket that domestic cricket can be a task to watch at best. But with Sarfaraz, one thing that I've read about, and again, you do tend to get various voices on social media. One thing that is very commonly said about him is that, yeah, he has the ability, and I'll switch to Hindi here, you are nikal sakta hai.
Exactly.
He doesn't necessarily always score you runs, but he's very clever, street smart. He nikalo runs. And in the beginning of his innings, he was doing that.
Yeah.
What we saw, what many would have seen as him being touchy or nervous, was more a case of him playing his natural game, where he's nikaloing those runs. Then once he got confident, he was so assured. I'm like, this guy doesn't look like he's making his debut. There is no sign of nerves. Yeah, initially maybe 1-2 balls he was fending at from wood, but I mean, okay, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be been facing bowlers like that in domestic
as far
cricket.
as confidence and everything is concerned, from a Mumbai cricketer, you won't find that, because see, they're all gotten up from that street smart, Kadus thing of Mumbai, wherein you make runs in any kind of a situation. And what was more interesting was that when Stokes had that kind of an in-out field, he rotated the strike very well. And that is what threw Stokes' plan awry.
That's exactly it. I'll be very honest, haven't watched much of his domestic cricket. I have watched him, but not too much to actually make a judgment on that. But very honestly, he has never looked pleasing to the eye. Never. He never looks pleasing
He
to the
looked
eye.
quite pleasing today.
No, but as in he's not like that textbook player, like a covered.
But today,
Some of his shots are.
Some of his shots,
the
but
way
still-
he was finding gaps. I mean, the way he was using his feet against spinners.
Spin
off the
Yeah.
drive straight down the ground.
What he
He was
actually showed today was that he knows how to score runs, and that's what exactly. And the temperament, I feel that, and I think this temperament you only get after playing so many matches again, again. When you start scoring runs, you just get that habit, and you know how to score runs. One shot I remember him just touch outside off stump. He just touched that, utilize that gap. I didn't like. He wasn't that pleasing to the eye. A couple of shots that he played to the spinners when he stepped out and hit them in the front. Those were really nice, of course, but as a whole, not the best batsman if I talk about technical wise.
If you're talking about aesthetic.
Yeah. But he knows how to score runs, and at the end of the day, I think that is what's important. And such players can be of really a lot of utility. But again, it's about how I feel that he's that lambi race ka ghoda.
I mean,
if he has so many years
Nikhil
left.
paid him an ultimate compliment that some of his shots and the way the stature, his batting kind of reminds him of Aravinda De Silva. I mean, to be classified among that is truly an honor. But he was known as Mad Max for a reason, because he would throw away his wickets in such a way that the team would lose. Sarfaraz, I know that he may not be in that Mad Max school, but if he has that kind of a Khadus streak in him, Indian cricket is not that forgiving that, okay, if you're hitting 30 and you've got only 3 wickets left, he goes for 3 consecutive boundaries from the quest for a 4th, he throws his wicket away. I don't think they can be as forgiving for that. The start, as far as I said, he's already had a good start. That is the one most reassuring thing that is there.
I mean, one thing, as much as I enjoyed his batting, I get to his batting a little later, but one thing that he'll be very grateful to the Almighty, one, of course, getting his debut cap, but a lot of time it's the timing as well.
Yep.
Today, I think he should consider himself very lucky at the timing in which he came out to bat. Two things. One, he could very well have come out to bat when Ravindra Jadeja did, and there was, good reason he could have. Then it wasn't the most easiest time to bat on. Even someone as experienced in Test cricket as a Rohit Sharma or as accomplished as a Rohit Sharma was finding the going tough. Even Jadeja initially found the going very tough. So that period, you never know again, right? You never know. One good ball from a Wood or an Anderson with a newish ball at the time, what could have happened? One, he when he came, the pitch really eased out, the best conditions to bat on. He should be happy about it. Not saying that he has anything.
He struggles in challenging conditions. Nothing
even
like
if it is, but I'm saying that is not something that that's the only reason why he was successful. I'm just saying that you take what comes your way.
Yep.
So he's taken that, absolutely made full use of the conditions that he got. He must have. Secondly, the situation that he came in. Imagine walking in at 33 for 3 and the kind of pressure that you come in. Vis-a-vis, you've gone past 200, right, with a base set. So now you're not under pressure as to help the team. Now you can think about yourself that, listen, this is my debut. Let me take my time, get used to the conditions, So the pitch conditions, 2, the match conditions, those were 2 tick marks. But if he did not utilize this and then got out, also we would have blamed him. So then we must also appreciate the fact that when he came in these conditions and in that situation, he utilized that opportunity. Secondly, loved the way he batted today. What I liked was that wasn't tentative. If he knew there is a way that he gets his shots, sometimes not moving his feet, just using his hand, he did that. He trusted his methods. He trusted the methods that allowed him to average 70 plus in first class cricket. There's a reason he is. So he didn't try to change that. He said, this is how I've averaged 70 plus in first class cricket. This is how I'm going to play. Even though this is international cricket, did that. Also what I liked, he treated the spinners the way they should have been treated. You want youngsters to do that. And why he could do dance on the wicket, exactly. And I think this is why we need to go back to first class cricket. Why do you say bring players from first class cricket? He employed those simple techniques. Using the crease which was deep, most of the time to begin with was playing very deep, allowing the ball to be a bit short for the bowler. And as soon as they changed their length, he also wasn't afraid to use his feet and dance down the wicket and reach the pitch of the ball. So typical, very copybook, textbooks thing which everyone is taught, but you somehow don't implement it because a lot of batters get corrupted due to white ball cricket. What I like in that sense from Sarfaraz, that he wasn't corrupted by that white ball cricket. Played true, copybook, sensible, not out of the box, nothing extraordinary, just the basic things right he did. And he raised his weight to 62, which I enjoyed. May he have a great career going on from there. I was reading a trivia, I don't know whether that's true or not, maybe some of you guys are watching and confirm, because I was very intrigued by that number 97 on his shirt, but I believe that's dedicated to his father, whose name is Naushad. So it's Nau and Saf.
Yeah.
So that's how he chose that number 97. I don't know, this is what I read on social media, I'm not 100% sure, so would love to really read an article which confirms that, maybe he can say. But if he's done that, great, because his father has had a major role to play for him to have reached this far, and if this is the way of him giving tribute to his dad, fantastic. Good to watch whatever we've seen of a young Sarfaraz Khan.
Yep, good start. Now we pray that he doesn't fizzle out quickly.
Yeah, but don't think negative. Why do you have to even think like that? Though I must add, in all of this, while we've even blamed him for the run out, for me the star of the day is Ravindra Jadeja. I repeat, Ravindra Jadeja. It may trouble certain section of fans, sometimes the Viratians who are unhappy, maybe some Rohitians could be unhappy. I am a big fan of Virat as well as Rohit Sharma. Why am I saying Jadeja is the man of the day? Because he did an unusual role today. You sent him to bat at number 5. He did that. Yes, he was a bit iffy at that time reaching his 100. He's got there. He's still not out, by the way. He's still not out. So he's given you that solidity that you keep talking about, in your middle order. Played an outstanding, by the way, he came in also at that time when the left arm spinner was troubling you. Yep. The lefty came and looked after that. Him, the lefty, ensured that, he gave Rohit Sharma that support. He, the lefty, was there while Sarfaraz, the youngster, came out to bat and was guiding him through. And he remains not out at the end at 110. So for me, that 110 of Ravindra Jadeja is the kind of a game-changing moment, because Rohit Sharma came out to bat when the score was 0 for 0. Yep. So that pressure wasn't there to begin with. Jadeja came out to bat when it was 33 for 3. The test match could have very well been over in that first session. If you were 40 for 5, could have happened. Yep. But you did not allow that. So he, for me, is the star of the day, with the skill which is still secondary for him. He may yet be, coming up with performances in this test match with his primary skill, which has still not come. But with his secondary skill, to be the player of the day, outstanding stuff.
Yeah, I mean, see, he's coming to bat at number 5 today. He blunted the spin threat totally. Be it Root, be it Rehan, be it Hartley, although I don't know why they didn't bowl Rehan far more. But I think even Rehan was struggling.
Yeah.
Because most of the deliveries, whichever would spin in, Jadeja would just play it comfortably off the back foot. He negotiated Hartley very well, left arm to left arm, that angle. Root just lost his line in length because he had to continuously change. A right-hander, he's not that effective. Left-hander, he's hitting me for 6. He's missing the lengths. So, in all...
I love the way the Indian batters treated Root today.
Yeah,
That's how you got to
Absolutely.
go after.
Who knew all they needed were good batting conditions?
exactly.
Hartley as well.
But even when you were getting good batting conditions, somehow
You were getting
he's
out
a
to
good
them.
bowler. Completely
Yeah.
agree. He's a good bowler, but he was no Graham Swan, right?
No way.
But you allowed him to be like a Graham Swan.
But unfortunately, you see, all the good work of 211 balls, whatever he did, I'm only saying 211 for a reason. That one delivery, which saw Sarfaraz being run out, and they'll blame him quite unfairly for it. I think that will only dominate the discourse. By the way, if he goes on and bats for another 2-3 hours tomorrow, he would have put you in a position where India will have to do something outrageously foolish to lose the test match.
So you go past 500, then even foolishness will not cost you a test match, I think. If you go past 500, then you
Yep.
can be foolish also. You won't lose
Yeah.
a test match.
That is why. But that one delivery and that one moment will unfortunately build a narrative around Jadeja. And okay, partly he is to blame, partly, but it's a cricketing
You
thing.
see, I mean, you could see the regret on his face, right?
Yeah.
He had muted celebration to an extent that I think even Jimmy Anderson told him that this was not as something he was.
Yes.
Wasn't as enthusiastic. First he wasn't doing it, then he did it. But I'm saying right now, if I'm the Indian camp and everyone, if I'm a Rohit Sharma, I'm also going to him and saying, hey, don't misunderstand that thing. That was more for the situation. But you're outstanding, boss. You're 110 not out. Go tomorrow, get them. You know, you're the one who has to now take the team. You have a debutant going to be coming. Right now you have a night watchman batting with you.
Yeah.
So it's all dependent on him. We don't know what the debutant can give you. We don't know how long the night watchman is going to do. We don't know how the next best all-rounder in the team, the mighty Ashwin, might do with the bat. We don't know.
We really don't know. So that is why, see,
Who called him a tail ender?
he called Ashwin a tail ender.
Tail-ender.
5 centuries.
Blasphemy.
Wow.
Blasphemy.
No, but
Unpardonable.
More test runs than Jadeja.
Yep.
But Jadeja definitely, like everyone mentioned, that the match could have been very well done and dusted by when Jadeja actually came. We actually talked about the fact that it should have been Sarfaraz who should have come in, but what Jadeja came in and did was, I think, himself, he steadied the ship a bit, and with that he also calmed Rohit Sharma a little bit, because Rohit Sharma today finally we have seen him in his element. A very big role I think is from Jadeja also. An inexperienced batting lineup, you needed this sort of an innings from such a player in the middle order, and that's exactly what Jadeja has done and has completely changed the direction of this test match.
And look,
So
even
who's he dedicated the 100 to? Jadeja.
to the team.
To Sarfaraz he can.
Yeah, to the team, that is, yeah. He's
Definitely
dedicated.
not his dad.
Who's that?
Jadeja's dad.
Even to the Rajkot crowd, I mean, you saw so
Very
many
naughty this chain is.
many chants of Jadeja were reverberating around.
Just
the
look at
leagues.
his stats in Rajkot.
I know.
142 averages.
Rajkot ka Raja.
Rajkot ka Raja, yes.
That's what they call him.
Yep.
King.
Very well should.
King Jaddu.
King.
Look at his conversion rate here. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, 450s and 600s. Out of that, 3 are, I think, triple centuries in that 600s.
A word on Rohit Sharma and his 100.
Finally back in form after a good year.
Because hundreds.
1 year he's not had a
Yeah, he had a good World Cup.
No, I think he's talking about
red
in test
ball,
cricket.
A red ball.
Red ball. He didn't have a good run in the West Indies also. WTC also underwhelmed in the final. Barring Nagpur, rest of the series he just didn't. Get
Barring,
going.
you'll just take out one.
No, he was good in Nagpur.
That's what I'm saying. So you just remove that.
But
So he's been in bad form. Remove that one.
yeah, I mean, I have to say that. But then, yes, this was a knock which was very important, looking at the backdrop of whatever.
Nagpur has such tough conditions.
Tough for the Aussies, not for us.
Why?
No, but every other Indian batter struggled also. It was only Rohit who looked good.
didn't somebody hit? I think Jadeja and Aksar, didn't they hit 50s in that?
But your lower order at that point, you were used to them.
Oh yeah, the lower order only contributed. The top order always failed in the BGT.
Also, the Indian team overall on a day where now you're sitting pretty at 326 for 5 also showed the English team that, you know, baseball's not just limited to you, because both Rohit was quite aggressive. So was Jadeja initially, and then, you know, curtailed himself nearing the 100.
Sarfaraz.
But Sarfaraz, again. So India also showing that. The only thing I did not like about Rohit Sharma's inning, I think great knock overall, also tough conditions while he was batting, was the way he got out. I know that he can play that shot, but the trap is set. You've made the full field placement like that. They know that you're going to keep going for those shots, and you did connect a few, got runs as well. Now you will keep doing it till the time you get out. See, in contests like this, in the end, it's the bowling team that's always going to win. Because what will happen? There are only two things that can happen, right? You hit a 6 or you get out, right? Or you hit a 4 or you get out. So you'll hit 1-6, 1-4, 1-6, 1-4. Eventually, you will get out. Why would you want to give them that? I agree that when the field is not set for that, ball is there, go for it. But you know that you're saying it's a good pitch to bat on. Maybe you're looking at a situation where you got 400 and still lost the test match in the first test. So you want to reach 500. You don't know. At that moment, he has no idea how Sarfaraz is going to pay. He's on his debut. Jurel is on his debut. Doesn't know. He could have got that daddy 100 or
He should have,
daddy 200. But I'm saying getting out to a good ball, fine. But that trap is laid for you. The whole field is set like that. Purposely they're bowling a short pitch ball. Okay, you've got runs also hitting shots to that. Frustrate them, no? Say, okay, I'll get out anyway, but not this way. I'll frustrate you guys. And as soon as they move the fielders, then you go for it.
Yeah, I think that's what I was also a lot disappointed about, because now he's since a very long time not converting these hundreds, which he's used to, and everyone knows. I know that, see, 130.
No, not converting by getting out to an amazing ball, fine.
Exactly. So
don't give away your wicket.
Exactly. Because now the bar that Rohit Sharma has set for himself is that after 100, he goes on to carry forward that. With another player at 131, I don't think we would have been talking about the fact that he might just get to a daddy 100.
So what I'm saying is, for example, they got the long on and long off in for him, hypothetically, and at that time Rohit Sharma tried to hit it over the infield for a boundary there, but did not connect, got out, no problem. Because there was a area to be exploited. He's batting on 100, he's in good form, he's seeing the ball well, and if he went for a shot, got out, no problem. But here, it's kept like that. The trap is laid. Everyone knows. Every Tom, Dick and Harry, everyone's aware of it. And you're saying, no, I'm taking on the challenge. You know, you hit one, you got.
This is ironically baseball mentality from Rohit, wherein the trap is clearly obviously laid.
Baseball also something that's smart. Like Stokes, sometimes is smart. Sometimes he'll take on the fielder. And other times when he's playing like that, he will try not to hit there and find other areas to hit.
I mean, more than Stokes, I will say, remember first test of baseball. I mean, England, New Zealand, Bairstow. First ball, there is a fielder plays there.
He went for the shot.
But then second innings rather, he was continuously hitting it over the fielder. So he kind of backs
It's basically like there's a hole there, and rather than walk around it, I'll jump over it. But if the multiple holes are there, one will get you. And that's what happened. It was such a frustrating way to get out, because again, that's the thing. It was such a easy track to bat on, or it becomes so easy that both the wickets that fell after the first session were down to your own errors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rohit and the Sarfaraz run out.
The Sarfaraz one. Yep. And Rohit, it's not the first time he's fallen to the short ball and around the onside region. I mean, he's managed to find long leg occasionally, even in the Sena countries. That's where they target him. You keep a fielder there at fine leg, he'll hole out.
It happened in South Africa.
It happened in South Africa also. And here also they know, but here normally Rohit has ample time, but this time the ball hurried on to him from the deck. He was cramped for room. And that's what undid him. Normally he connects if you look at it.
He had taken on the shot. He could have pulled away.
I mean, be aggressive, all right, but slightly to and fro. You know, figure out what is the best opportunity.
Yep.
Curtail your risk taking in a best possible way. Attack, yes, but best possible. Didn't happen.
Okay, before Rohitians get on my back now, yes, sorry, he did have a good series in the West Indies though. 103, 80 and 57. I'm sorry, I take it back, too much of cricket. But yeah, Australia, he didn't do well in barring Nagpur, and he struggled even in South Africa. 5-0, 39 and 16. And first two tests against England also, I mean, he didn't get, he didn't do much.
I mean, last time I think what put him under so much pressure was the way he was removed by Shoaib Bashir,
glancing down the leg side, yes.
to the most innocuous of deliveries.
Casual.
Casual.
A casual approach.
And bold, okay, that was a beaut from Jimmy Anderson.
Casual.
I've not heard it. I've just heard it from you. I need to.
How is that you haven't heard it and you're hearing it from me?
I don't
I'm
know.
30. Step your game up.
All the content I have is
Casual.
Is all what Sports Today and Sports Tech.
just sports related in general.
Yep. So, can we see questions?
Sarfaraz Khan has come for the press conference.
Of course, he will.
Good day for him.
Yes.
Usually how it works, right? David Hans.
Debutants, yeah.
I don't think so.
I think should not.
Father is quite a good shayer. Huh? He gave one when he was not being picked, which was a good one, Shari.
It was a nice line.
In commentary, he said, "रात को चाहिए होता है समय बिताने को,
रात लंबा
सूरज थोड़ी
नहीं
मेरे उसका."
It was like रात नहीं खत्म होती मेरे चाहने से सूरज आता है अपने हिसाब से, something like that.
में होता है समय बिताने को, सूरज
It's all
थोड़ी ना
Greek
मेरी
to me.
मर्जी से आता है, something like that.
You know enough
रात
Hindi
का
stuff.
समय होता है बिताना,
But
सूरज थोड़ी मेरी मर्जी
Shairi
से
has a
आता है.
context, there is everything, poetry and all that. For
तुमने
me, it's
पूरा
all
चेंज
Greek
कर
to
दिया
me.
यार. What is this?
Yeah.
Let's just.
Okay, the questions, yeah. I don't know why we're into shairi and all that.
There was some shairi there also.
Questions.
After the shairi.
Okay, Sarfaraz Khan has said something on that run out. He has said, "I told Jaddu bhai to keep talking to me while I bat, as I like talking while batting. He supported me a lot today." Acha.
Shubman Gill and Sarfaraz's father, both fathers meeting each other.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
That's good.
Sarfaraz and Shubman Gill's father.
Yeah.
Shubman Gill's father also travels a lot.
Yeah, but how come the cameras don't show him that much?
No,
Probably hides.
Don't even go in the commentary.
who went in the comment?
Yes, we heard
Sarfaraz's dad was in Hindi commentary. That's why.
commentary सुना दी and you're saying रामायण खत्म होगी, you're saying सीता कौन है?
I know. Who's
What is
Ram?
this?
Okay, so.
Questions, please.
Yeah. Manchester Rising is saying heartening to see Sarfaraz back. Reminded modern day cricketers how to play in India conditions, especially spin. Gun player must be backed. Loved Rohit's reaction to
Run out.
Okay, loved Rohit's reaction to row. Yeah, itna, okay. Okay, I understand. Heartening to see. Yes, reminded modern cricketers how to play. Yes, he's been born and brought up in these conditions, and he got the best conditions also. He made full use of it. Great. Gun player must be backed. That I am not so sure.
You're saying you should drop him?
No, I don't trust the BCCI to back him because of so many
But then he's not talking
paucity
about
of sport.
BCCI. All he's saying is that he should be
I
back.
mean, let's see.
I agree he should be backed, and you can also agree, but what BCCI does is not in our hands.
Well, nothing is. So. Thompson De Cruz is like saying these things happen in cricket. Sarfaraz played well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was at the end of the day, look, you can say so and so to blame this, that. Was a cricketing decision, and let's just leave it at that. Trust me, at the end of the day 4, 5, whatever the result, I can assure you it's not going to be hinged on this.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
Sukrit,
And I think Jadeja himself,
yeah.
you saw with his celebration. Now, no point getting into that. Unfortunate circumstances. But as I said, I'll put it still down to a cricketing incident.
Yep.
These things happen in cricket. It wasn't a blatant way, which sometimes you have of the run out. So, cricketing decision, one microsecond here and there, in today's day and age can get you run out. The fact is, Jadeja is there, 110 not out. He needs to just take this forward and take India to a safe position. End of the day, while we keep talking about individual achievement, the fact is, Sarfaraz, Jadeja, everyone is playing for India to go 2-1 up.
Yep.
However it happens.
I mean, forget this. Our current Indian head coach and the former BCCI chief had so many comical run-outs. Where I once remember in PAL 1997 ODI, Dravid nudged it to the offside. There he set off. Ganguly said, no. He slipped and he couldn't come back.
That's nothing. You're talking about, unfortunately.
And also Adelaide 2003.
You're talking Ganguly you brought up. I think there was one incident where he and Lakshman managed to have a head-on collision in the middle of the pitch.
He and Lakshman
and Ganguly had a head-on collision.
South Africa.
I do not remember where it was, but I remember seeing it. It's a vivid thing. Both of them going, both ball watching in the middle of the pitch, and boom.
Oh, well, Ganguly
It
had two
happens.
collisions. He collided once with the fielder. When he was trying to come back into the crease, he collided with the bowler also and tumbled.
Yeah, and I mean, Ganguly, to be fair, never was a greyhound to begin with. So,
Actually, you know, that's a misconception. I'll tell you what. Ganguly, the runner was quick.
Yeah.
Ganguly,
His
the
sprinting.
runner between the wicket.
yeah, his pickup speed was a little slow, basically.
No, I don't think even that was. I think it was indecision.
Ah.
So if because you know when I used to be covering the Indian team and they had these short running drills and all, he was quite one of the quicker runners. I'm not
Plus,
saying
he also played football in
You
college.
ran
So.
at some
Yeah.
point with any of them?
Yeah, I did for some other day. I'll keep the story. I did.
So,
So the fat version of me ran.
What
Not
happened
this thing.
after
Obviously,
you
I won.
against?
I can't lose in a sprint against the quickest runner of the Indian team at that time. I have him on the video also to confirm.
You can put it up on.
Nah, maybe someday. No, then he'll get unhappy.
yeah.
He got unhappy, na? Next day.
Fourth
Well,
time.
He's happy.
Okay, fifth
Someday I'll do a
time.
sport tale on that.
yeah.
That's why I don't want to give the story.
Okay.
Okay. Sixth time. Sukrit Sarvaria from the US is saying, Sarfaraz's spin counter reminded me of Aravinda De Silva or Carl Hooper. Hooper. His emotions for the test cap was so moving. Shouldn't selectors weigh in passion in their criteria? Reward who cherish red ball?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at numbers when you're drawing it up. No, he's got like 3,000 runs, average of 80, and his passion is like 90 level passion. Select him.
Yeah, that I agree. So while I agree with the basic sentiment that reward players who really care for Test cricket, but the way to judge them may not be necessarily based on emotions because
Yeah.
everyone reacts differently. So it was lovely to see that moment between the father and the son, and his father getting emotional. But then there could be some father and son who probably may not be emotional by nature. Would not mean that that father did not work hard enough to get the kid there, or would not even mean that the boy does not. So I'm saying each person is different in how they react to situation and how emotional they are. Emotional quotient is also very different. So let that not be the judge. Those pictures not be the judge. I guess the performance and participation, for example, playing domestic cricket regularly, that is a good enough sign that how much you love red ball cricket and white ball cricket. Let those be the criteria. Yeah.
Yep.
Rakesh Bhushan says it's pleasing to see a Sarfaraz type player after ages that we've seen him, using the depth of the crease. It's not always using your feet. You can also go back to play spinners. I mean, in this series, you did see one player go back to play spinners. Just didn't happen to be an Indian player, Johnny Bairstow. He was going very deep and playing it very late. It's a good point though. Point well taken. Okay?
If you again, that's what I'm saying. This is a situation. I did see even a Patida do that in that first.
In
That
Vizag.
30 odd.
That's the only time we saw a
Yeah.
bit of him. Not before.
Yes.
The remaining two innings gotten out pretty early.
Yep.
But they was kind of doing it.
Yeah.
So maybe the ones that are coming through that domestic cricket still following that. Though Patidar is a good enough white ball cricketer as well, as you'd know watching IPL. But a lot of them, maybe because they're playing regular red ball cricket, tend to adjust to that situation. Playing spinners there.
Praneet Datta is saying, the emotions in Sarfaraz Khan's father's eyes, the knock he played, showing a lesson to everyone how to play this kind of average spin. Then that run out and of course Rohit's reaction. Love test cricket.
Overall, I agree. Nothing to disagree, and I think you could see it in our discussion as well. All the things that we touched upon overall. Yeah, it was so many talking points, so many discussion points. Test cricket. Lovely.
Yeah, Shane, please take that.
Sarfaraz showed part-timers Root, Hartley, Rehan their place. Root is the only part-timer here. Huh?
I mean,
Flat
hardly.
pitch, I-
What he may also mean to say that
They're average spinners.
he may want to hint at that. Yeah.
Flat pitch IPL merchants Iyer Gill made them look like Murli and Mohan. Siddharthian, such a new thing.
That's a new.
Don't back flat pitch IPL merchants Iyer Gill or players like Ishan and Pandya. What did poor Pandya do to get in catch a string? Eh?
I mean, I really don't know.
Pandya?
I think Hardik Pandya, I mean,
So are they echoing your thoughts? That's why
They
I'm
are
calling
not
it
echoing.
Siddharth.
Yeah, I mean, yes, they're calling themselves
these are
Siddharthians.
not
Wow.
my, these are not my thoughts, by the way. I mean,
Yes, Siddharthians as well. We don't like Tians.
I know. Eki you like.
India.
Indian.
Indian, Bhartiyan. So, in that sense, see, I'm not echoing the fact that we don't back players or that kind
But
of
Sara Mahesh Bhalle is your biggest fan. So
Well, thank
Sara
you.
Mahesh. No, it's a full name. We can't read.
no, I'm only reading till Bhalle. That's what I can read. So
I don't know.
How can you do that?
Yeah, I know.
that's a very good read.
So,
My surname is somewhat.
yeah.
That too.
So, Look, Hardik Pandya, it's a different thing altogether.
It's okay, guys.
Ah.
Go easy on him, yeah. You guys like.
Praneet Datta saying, Sarfaraz showed today why Indian Test team selection should be on the basis of Ranji runs, not IPL performance. Ishwaran, Agni Chopra, Tanmay waiting to.
Agni Chopra.
See, again, I'll be very honest. Tanmay and Agni Chopra, you cannot count in this list. Iswaran, yeah, you can.
Why? No, explain also.
Because they are in the, so basically it's like there are two groups. It's the
Elite and plate.
elite and plate. So the plate teams are just 6 teams. They play amongst themselves, and the teams who win the finalists of the elite, they get promoted to the main draw.
You mean they were the finalists of the plate get
Yeah,
promoted
get
to
promoted
elite.
to the
It's a
elite.
promotion relegation
Yeah.
system
And out
within
of the-
Indian cricket.
And out of the 4 groups, the teams that finished last in terms of net run rate and points, out of all the 4 groups, get relegated to the plate group. each
And,
year. So Tanmay Agarwal plays for Hyderabad.
Yeah.
And but
Agni Chopra, I think,
Agni
plays
Chopra
for
plays for Meghalaya. Both of them are in the plate group, even Hyderabad. But they are playing the final this week.
So
from tomorrow.
correct me if I'm wrong. Then even what's his name?
There's
Riyan
a story
Parag.
up on Agni Chopra on Sports Today. People can check that.
Yeah.
There's multiple stories up on.
Multiple.
So I'm saying even Riyan Parag would technically a
No,
lot
no,
of his
no,
runs. No,
He's in
Assam
the-
are doing
Assam
well. Right,
are
Assam are
doing-
doing well in the elite.
Mumbai is playing Assam from tomorrow, na?
Estimating.
Assam
Poor
got
old
promoted
Riyan.
last time.
Assam-
Hyderabad got relegated.
I remember Assam getting relegated. That's why.
Assam-
No,
10 years
Hyder-
ago-
Assam got promoted.
Promoted. I'm saying they
Hyderabad-
started in plate. No, Baba?
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
point.
Assam got relegated. Even Bihar got promoted.
Yeah, because they finished on top of the plate
Yeah,
league
yeah,
last
yeah.
year. And Assam made it about 10 years ago to the quarterfinals of the Ranji. That's how they have been slowly developing. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember one bowler in that Swarupam Puryakas who really.
No, did they make it to the Ranji quarterfinal or was
Ranji.
it? No, this time also they made it to the semi-final of the S-Mat. No, or Vijay
I'm talking
Hazare.
about Ranji. I'm just talking about Ranji. 10 years ago, there was a bowler called Swarupam Puryakas.
Red ball cricket.
Only red ball.
We're not white ball merchants.
Abhimanyu Iswaran, but again I feel that he's been around since a very long time.
Plus Iswaran, the problem is top order bat, no?
Yeah.
He's an opener.
Too many battles.
Ironically, also a top order bat who, according to Kolkata journalists, can't play swing bowling.
And
So
Agni Chopra's real test would be next year.
Yeah. Are
Many-
Meghalaya going into the elite division?
Yeah, they're in the final, now, so the top
the top two, so then automatically.
Okay. Nice. Tanmay Joshi is saying, we are assuming that on a flat track, our bowlers would restrict England to under 300 in every innings like Vizag. Let's be honest, it is unreal. England are much in.
No, so who's saying that the test match is done and dusted? We were saying that on most occasions, if you go past 400 in the first innings, you are in a position that unless you do something drastically wrong, that you'll never really be behind the curve, that you'll never be in a position that you're going to be losing. It has happened in this series itself in the first test match, but you did do something drastically wrong in that second innings. I'm not saying that the team accepted it. Jadeja came on the eve of the game saying that, we should have been 2-0 up. That test match, once we went past 400 first inning, we had no business folding up in the second innings the way we did in a pitch like that. So, but for that to happen 2 matches in a row, I'm not sure.
I don't even see the Indian team folding up like that 2 matches.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
No?
Exactly. Dhairya is saying,
You go.
Rohit Sharma reaction tells that he was not happy with Jadeja going into the shell in 90s. And his running has always been poor. Example, Hardik, exactly. 2017, the Champions Trophy final.
I mean, we discussed that
Yeah.
at length at the beginning. I'm not too sure it was directed at Jadeja. I think it was directed at the situation at which India lost. Just nearing just a few overs to go for the day's play to end, and it happened. And a youngster at that, at the wrong end of the stick. I think just that.
Yep.
Why I'm saying it cannot be directed at Jadeja so much, because for us also, and I don't know if you guys also watching the game, it's taken multiple replays to actually assess what happened. And at that instant, if all of us were watching and you guys watching and all, you'd be disappointed, oh, he's out.
Yeah.
But who is to blame? What takes a good 5-7 minutes for you to sit down, see replays, assess everything? And that reaction from Rohit was instant. You may have seen it a bit late, but that's because multiple cameras cannot be cut at that time. But once you have the reaction, you show it.
I mean, Rohit joins Rahul in flinging the cap down.
Yes.
2014 Rajasthan Royals.
Yes.
Right there.
The one rare occasion you saw Rahul Dravid.
I know.
But that was disastrous.
I know.
Losing to a Mumbai Indians team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Coached by Anil Kumble at the time. So it was Kumble versus Dravid. And that They needed to chase it in the
17
14.1 overs.
14.1.
Number
No,
94.
one. Then it was like they tied it at 14.1. So the new rule came that on
You have to hit a
14.2,
boundary.
a 4 or a 6, and Aditya Tare had come in.
He hit a boundary.
Hit a
A
six.
6.
And you know what
Faulkner.
was the other reason for that thing? One, of course, it happened in that situation. The other reason, if you look at, I remember clearly, that season, Rajasthan were cruising.
Yeah.
Should have qualified. From there, they somehow found a way not to qualify for the playoffs. And
Mumbai had lost 5 consecutive games.
Yeah.
I think Kumble
Corey
got
Anderson.
15, if I'm not mistaken.
no, Kumble was there.
14.
And Corey Anderson.
Corey Anderson,
because
95.
I think they cut to him
Ah.
after that. But I'll still check.
Corey Anderson 95.
85.
14 I remember was a crazy year in that record because not only MI did that, even KKR I think had lost 5 of the first 4 or the first 5 or something like that, because 14 was the year, it was general election year.
No, it was historic for a reason. KKR beat Mumbai Indians twice
Not
in
just
that season.
Arey Baba.
It never happened before.
Leave your jokes aside. My point was there were 2 teams who came back from absolutely, let's say, middling situations. Because I remember it was a 2-legged IPL that year because it was general election. So there was the
UAE.
first few games were in UAE. And the UAE leg was terrible for KKR. I think that was the year where Gambhir changed his jersey number thrice. Because he
3
was-
ducks in a row.
Exactly. So he changed his jersey number every single time. No luck whatsoever.
Punjab Kings were on top.
Arey,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
played the final. They played
George
the final.
Bailey. George Bailey was the
David
captain.
Miller. Killer Miller. He
Killer
got
Miller.
that name there only. And Mad Max also got his name there.
Max and also
George
Mitchell
Bailey.
Johnson was in top form.
Mitchell Johnson. I'll tell you that Punjab Kings team, by the way, you look at them, they were severely underrated.
Virender Sehwag.
That's
Rhythm and
every
Saha.
season. On paper, they're the strongest.
No, they had
team.
Virender
They
Sehwag.
finish.
Yeah.
But they always finish terribly.
Sehwag hit a century.
It was
RR
Chennai.
bottled it.
So basically, what happened was it was Delhi. I think no Delhi. No.
Delhi bottling it
Yeah,
out.
the
IPL is.
Lex is coming.
We'll get to IPL now.
Yeah.
You're upsetting the red ball fans.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll get to IPL. Okay, quickly, want to take a few questions. Naman Kantpal says, when the cap came off, I knew that Rohit Dravid had a match made in heaven. Exactly what we discussed. Dex says that he's asking me that not long ago you said that ongoing New Zealand versus South Africa series is a fast. Did you see the score of the second test match? Albeit it's an exciting test match that is happening where South Africa took a unbelievably first innings lead.
Yeah.
Nobody expected, I agree all that, but I still call it a fast because of the team that South Africa sent. Yes, the youngsters are doing well, but if you're not going to send your first choice team so that they can be playing a T20 tournament, I will still consider that as a fast.
Yep.
Tripti Dimri, your comment, I'm not taking on air because I've already seen it on social media. You have copied it from social media and shared it.
I
Not
don't
your
understand
original.
this, please. Someone.
Arey yaar.
No, we won't explain it.
I'll tell it
But
to
you
you
can
off, eh?
read it.
Yeah.
I
your
did
mind.
read it, but I.
You can read it now.
No.
No, you can read it. It's not your comment. It's Tripti Dimri's.
No, I would want to understand it first. and
Read
then
it, no, then somebody will tell you in social media.
Read it and I'll tell
No, he'll tell me off camera. Should I read it?
Yes.
Please
He's
read it.
told you 5 times.
Jadeja single-handedly pissed off 2 fathers in a single week.
Well, he had that falling out with his dad. And now today he would
Okay.
have annoyed Sarfaraz's
Okay,
dad,
okay,
right?
okay,
So
okay.
2 fathers in a week.
Okay, GGK says Sarfaraz will do
To India in test.
test what Sky did for T20I. Oh, that's a big compliment. big compliment.
GGK, I would
Specialist.
again say
And he feels
hold your
Rohit
horses.
and Young Guns will win
This
this
W-
WT.
Okay. GGK, both please.
You're an optimistic guy, I know, but relax. Kanaf Kapoor says, before that run out, Jadeja was coming out of the crease after playing a shot and denied the run on various occasions. Yeah.
Correct. He was.
Which also says that, that's what I'm saying, that 99 was also
We took this.
We took this comment, Dex sent it twice.
was
Yeah.
Okay, on that note, thank you so much guys for giving us company as always. If you're joining us late, go back, start of our video. We spent a considerable amount of time discussing that run out and various other things that happened in this test match. Exciting day 1 we've got, looking forward to day 2. As always, on day 2, we do not come before the day's play starts because, you know, we've done the post match. We'll always live from lunch onwards.
Yep.
So looking forward to your company then. Anything else we're missing out you want to say? Speak now or forever be silent.
MS Dhoni. Nothing more to.
Anything you wanted to say, you were
Sid-
thinking मैं
Sid-
जाके show में बोलूँगा.
No, Siddharth's comment. I read.
Acha, take
Today
it,
in
please.
Combox, Naushad bhai rocked Akash bhai shot.
What does that mean?
Naushad Bhai is of course Sarfaraz's dad. He rocked by saying that, and his line was so good that Akash Bhai was shocked.
Earlier also.
Yeah.
Now, what his both sons have got the Indian. At least he's got the junior one. The senior one has got the senior one.
Both
What's the
sons.
age difference between the age?
7 years it looks, 7 or 8
No,
years.
he's 26. He's
18.
19. Yeah, 18.
18, so 8 years. So I was not wrong. Anyway, both sons also have the same common thing.
26-year-old.
They have the same common thing. Yes, their parents.
No. Under 19 World Cup, both have lost.
Final. Both have lost in the final.
Why are you happy about it?
I'm not happy.
Why
about
he's
it.
smiling about
Oh,
it?
he's under
You're
19
so happy
World Cup,
about
both
it.
No,
are-
I'm immune to the pain. I'm immune to the pain. After 10 years of losing, to
No,
Chelsea,
if-
I'm immune to the pain.
I think there's one more similarity.
What is it?
It could be some documents or something.
Oh,
related
yeah.
to that.
Yeah, let's not get into that. I'm not even bothered into
Documentations.
Okay, bye-bye. Take care. Good night. Nandri. Manakam. Shabba khair. Shubh Ratri.
that. Eat your vegetables.
Sat Sri Akal.
Yes, and don't trouble your mother. Bye.